Hello, good morning. This is a Toonkind D&D 12 FPS called SnakeCat. My name is SuperRat626, otherwise known as Super. I am playing Fivi Skia, my real kind Yuan-Ti sorcerer. Would my other lovely partner FPS player like to introduce?
Hi everybody, my name is Whis and I am here playing a very stupid cat, Katherine, who has now interacted with a new friend and they have been on an adventure, so obviously that means they are best friends. That's how this works. She has very small brain.
We love Pepper.
I apologize to Fivi in advance. She can be a lot.
The timeline for this FPS is I am assuming straight after the our game that we had a couple of weeks back now.
Yeah, What Lurks in the Shadows, very expertly run by Winona and Malasorte, who I can see you. Get loved, idiot! It was good! um,
So where do we find our characters?
well, Pepper is the kind of person who she's turned into the kind of person who basically stays on the farm unless there's some thing that is a potential threat to the farm or of particular interest to people who also are on the farm, which is different to how she ever envisioned her life. She has a home now, which is weird for her. But anyway, um, so if Fivi is still hanging around after the whole chasing around mechanical wolves bit, um, Peppo is going to find where Fifi is hanging out and, yeah, basically just appear. So what's Fifi up to?
Hmm. Uh. Well, Phoebe would be. You would find Phoebe probably somewhere quiet. She's not used to being in this farmstead. I don't think she's lived. Where would she be? Um, she'd be outside somewhere, probably by a tree. You would find her uh, sitting maybe cross-legged, writing in a journal or some giant book of some sort. Not giant,
Mm-hmm.
just a big book, just writing, scribbling.
Alright. I am going to roll a stealth because she's a cat. That's hilarious. It's not actually that good. You are welcome to try and perceive her. You are trying to beat a 13.
Give me one moment. Actually, her passive perception's 12. So for that reason, and she's not looking for you. So I would say you have Phoebe is heavily writing down in her book. Um,
Oh dear. Okay. um. All right. In that case, do you want to roll a dexterity saving throw?
yes. Okay. For those listening, I'm using a real dice.
We love the clicky clacks.
Hee.
Pretty math rocks.
That is a 17 on Dex.
17. Okay. Cool. I will do a contesting roll. What's your dex? It's only +1. Okay, cool. That makes it only a 15. Alright, so you didn't see it coming, but maybe there is this, like, not quite a stepped on stick or I was going to say, like a spider sense, but a snake sense, or something, like a vibrations in the ground or something, because as she pounces, you sort of duck and she just pounces over your head onto the ground in front of you, and she's looking around going, ha, ha, you are very fast, yes?
You've certainly startled Phoebe out. Sorry, I don't.
You're fine. This is good, yes? It is good to be fast, cunning. Very, very important for adventuring, yes?
I think there's just two slightly big amber eyes just looking at you, a little too wide, and then it is good to be fast. Out here. It is good to see you, Pepper.
It is a good day to be having some adventures, yes? Friend Fifi, you are new in area, so of course that means everybody gets the same treatment from me, yes?
They get pounced.
This was first test. Test of perceiving and of dodging, yes? It is good to be able to dodge attacks from beasties and bandits. There are some good bandits, good for hunting in these woods, yes?
There's there. You watch a wince cross Phoebe's face, or at least you see the. It comes across in her shoulders like a little flinch, but yes, it is good to think on your feet.
But if you would like to stay here, we have to make sure that you are very, very strong. I have seen it, yes, but I would like to also see it first up in close quarters, yes? I have done this for friend Tess and friend Madlad. And there is a what is saying about things in threes? Yes? Is good.
Vivi tilts her head. I do not know what you mean, but if you seek combat, I would not mind a round or two.
Oh, 2 rounds good. Yes?
Yes. And I think Phoebe is going to put her book away. She stores it in her bag. It's a little brown satchel bag. It's by the tree. She stands tall at her 6 feet of height, grabs her staff, which is a white stick branch, greyish white stick branch, and looks at Pepper.
I forget sometimes how short Pepper is in compared to real kind people. Like, because I use Oat as a yardstick. Oat is 3 foot something. So I always know that if any toons are 3 foot something, they're about oat sized. Pepper is shorter than Pepper is 2'6", so she only comes
It's
up
about
to
to the
like
knee, I think, right?
yeah,
Phoebe's tall.
yeah, yeah. And it's like oh dear, like I know this is a barbarian versus a spellcaster, but like I invite you to please just in some fashion or another punt her into the undergrowth because that's funny as hell. So like she is going to like wholeheartedly let you strike first because she has 100% confidence that she will be fine on the other end.
Okay. In which case, seeing that Pepper is not moving, or seems to maybe be in a striking come here, come at me kind of pose, perhaps.
Mm-hmm.
I suppose you will see Phoebe whirl her staff around.
Yep.
Just let me pull up my spell list. What are we fighting with? Hang on. Where are my spells? Okay. Mm, 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 mm. Fivi is going to try. Yes. Phoebe's going to cast Ray of Sickness on you at level 1.
Awesome.
If yeah, I mean okay, hang on. I am going to cast this spell. If that casts, that is. Hang on, sorry, I'm slightly new to D&D. I'm still working on how to.
No, that's fine.
Actually, cast. It is my. I'm looking at my attack. It is a charisma. Blah, 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 blah. I roll the d20 to see if I hit, and we go from there.
Yeah.
It's
yeah, for a
one
spell
D20
attack,
plus
yeah.
5, because that's a 5. Yes, thank you. Oh, hello. That's a 22 to hit.
Oh, that will absolutely hit her for sure. Cool. So it's 2d8 poison damage, and she has to make a con save. Let me make her that con save.
Yes.
Please roll low, Pep. This would be so funny if you rolled low.
2, 3, 4. That's an 8-sided dice. 4 plus. That's 9 for 9 damage.
Cool.
I can spell damage. 9 damage.
Alright.
It sounds like you made the con save, I think.
Yeah.
Don't mind us reading
unless
up
you're.
information.
Yeah. So, are you using DMV for your sheet?
Yes.
Yep. So, yeah. So you should have spell name, spell source, ability, and then DC. After that. Next to the spell.
She's got casting time, range, duration, and components.
Oh no, going sideways across it.
No.
Hold on. Do.
Give me one moment. I may have needed to have a short rest first. Or a long rest, because this saved right after the game. Let me try that again.
DMV is an absolute pain in the butt for managing hit points and spell slots as well. It'll be less like, finish long rest. Oh, no, actually, I don't think you get your hit points back. That... it should work.
I'm not sure where that is, but I'm assuming an 18 will beat it. The poison damage, at least. Because it's a low-level spell. Although I wish I could see where.
Yeah, so see, I posted a screen cap of one of Pepper's spells. So you see how it's got name, source, ability, DC, mod, attack, and then there's the yellow button.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you should have the same thing for...
sorry, yes, you're right. DC 13. Sorry,
Oh,
I
okay,
was looking at the
perfect.
wrong area.
Yeah, cool. Alright. Yes, so Pep did beat the thing, so she's not poisoned, but she still took some damage. Okay. So Pepper is going to get hit by this gross green ray and just sort of pat herself down and then pull a face, go, this does not taste good. This is not very good magic. No, it tastes bad. And she actually does stick out her tongue. Turns out she actually does have a mouth and a tongue. So she's just sort of, it's not quite a blep, it is distinctly a bleh kind of expression. And then she sort of taps her chin and goes, magic is good. Let us try magic for magic, yes?
Phoebe nods.
And she's gonna come up super duper close and fortunately for Phoebe, the only spells that she knows that actually does damage are cantrips. So, let's see. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Alright, so we're rolling a spell attack now. Lol. Hey, is Fivi wearing any metal armor by chance?
No.
Awesome. Love that.
Yeah.
Okay. This is not likely to hit her. I don't think armor class is this low.
No, that does not hit.
Excellent. So she's come up and she's swiped out a little paw and like maybe hit the top of your boot or something, and you can feel like a slight static zit as she has attempted to do a shocking grasp. But it just sort of it just fizzles. It's no more than like a static shock, just going. It's like that's it. And she sort of just folds her arm over her chest and taps her chin. Goes, This magic is very finicky, yes?
Sometimes it can be hit and miss. But you used that well in the fight. And she's going to swing her staff into a slightly different position. Hang on. I think she wants to. Hang on. Actually, yeah, you know what? She's going to cast Shocking Grasp right back at you, I think.
Excellent.
So she takes one hand off the staff and attempts to. I think she's going to do like a smart tap on your head because you're so short. That is a 22 to hit.
Oh yes, excellent, excellent. Hold the phone. You know what? You actually get advantage because Pepper is wearing armor made of metal.
Yeah.
So like, roll it again just for shits and giggles. See if you crit, because critting would be funny as hell.
It would be. Yeah, it's a touch range, so yeah. No crit, but so I'll take that 22 to hit. Is there anything? Hang on. All right. That is a. What's the damage? This is at level 1, so that is a 1d8.
Well, what level is Fivi?
She's level 4.
Level? Oh, okay, yeah.
Right. That's 8 damage.
Oh my gosh. Excellent. Oh dear. Okay, so you've reached down and gone zzz, and Pepper just sort of stumbles back and all of her fur is all stood on end. Like she doesn't seem to be badly hurt, but she's just like You are good at magic too. Yes. Much better at it than me. Ooh, stings. Just like when I took it. Takes me back. Fond memories. Yes?
You watch Phoebe kind of, she clenches her hand a little, like she's trying to shake the magic out of it a bit. You see, like, she's got a wide pair of eyes, just watching, and there's a nod, and she kind of shifts her stance a little, so she's slightly wide legs, like she's waiting for your next attack.
Okay. Unfortunately, Pepper is kind of dumb, and isn't very good at magic. So I think she might just come back in close, and I think she's just gonna try and punch Fifi in the
Extremely
knees.
valid.
And she doesn't normally do unarmed attacks, so I just have to quickly... Unarmed strike. Da 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 da. Give me what I roll. Strength modifier and proficiency bonus. Okay, perf. Alright. Okay. Plus her strength modifier. Oh, and her proficiency bonus. And her proficiency bonus? And her proficiency bonus. Huh. Okay. I mean, it makes sense that she should be able to punch things pretty well, but... That's a 13?
Yeah. Hang on 2 seconds. Where's your armor class? 13. Her armor class is 13, so meets it, beats it, so woohoo.
Alright, fantastic. So, damage. 1 plus strength modifier damage, unless you have a class feature that says otherwise. Okay. So, that means a straight 5 damage. I don't even roll damage for that, it's just 5.
Where do you hit Phoebe?
In the... Oh gosh, okay, so...
Because I'm like, do you hit her in the knee?
Hold on. I'm 5'5", 6 foot's there. 2 foot is about here. Yeah, knees. She's just gonna go punch straight into the kneecap, because it's the bit she can reach the easiest.
Okay. I think you've caught her off guard, so I think she falls onto that one knee, because kneecaps are finicky things, and owie.
Yeah. Pepper's just gonna put her hands on her hips and go, ha ha! There it is! There it is! Nothing that a little bit of fist cannot solve, yes? When magic fails, you use other kinds of violence for protection and attack, yes?
Yes. Yes.
Pepper's going to sort of reach out and then just start sort of poking at Fifi's arm and go, not very strong for punching, yes? May need to get you something pointy, yes? Pointy things can help.
Yes. She's she's glanced at the paw that's just poking her. I have daggers in the bag. But my main source is this, and she gestures to the staff that she's like sort of holding still.
Pepper's gonna poke at that and give it a very cat-like sniff.
I think there's a faint whiff of like ash or just sort of like a grey dust kind of smell to it.
Okay. We're gonna roll her a history just real quick. Oh, your brain is working today. Fantastic! What's your history modifier? -2! Yay! Okay. It's above a 10 still. That makes it an 11. Alright. So she'll give it a bit of a sniff, and then one of a tiny, adorable little kitten sneeze, which she will refuse to acknowledge. And then put her hands on her hips and go, It definitely does smell like magic, yes?
Yes. It is... Yes.
Is this magic yours or stolen?
Phoebe has yeah, Phoebe looks at Pepper confused. How... And then she pauses. How can magic be stolen?
Oh, it's very, very simple. You take your wizard, and you beat them up, yes? And then you take the magic, and you go!
How do you carry the magic?
She did not roll high enough, I'm going to say. She sort of tilts her head to one side and then folds her arms over her chest, and I do not remember picking it up. It was a time ago now.
It was an adventure with other people? and she's
Oh
she's
no.
kind of folded herself up to like kneel on the grass now that the fight's over. Just a bit more at Pepper's eye level, I think.
She's so short. um, Pepper puts her hands on her hips and goes, "Oh no. For the longest time, I adventure by myself, yes? I go up against all sorts of things. Bear, goose, wizard, yes. That one, very fun. Come away, have stolen magic from wizard, yes? Now, lightning cat.
I think Phoebe gives Pepper a little like looks around her shoulders, looks at her paws where the shocking grass comes out of, came out of, I guess, and just lightning cat.
Oh, yes. Is the magic that I stole from wizard, yes? I think it keeps it in my tail. And she turns around and points at the sort of lightning bolt zigzag in her tail. Was much more curvy before, yes?
You could see Phoebe give a nod. She's going to cast detect magic because she would like to check. But also, as she does this, I think she will ask, how long? Do you know how long have you? How long? How far back was this?
Let me roll her another history to see how well she knows how time. Oh!
We're going to make her brain work.
We are going to make her brain work, apparently. That's a natural 20.
Hey!
So, okay. Right. How old are you again, Pep? Hold on. I have a thing that tells me how old my characters are. How old are you now? Pep. You're 23. Okay. She gives a nod and then she goes, oh, about. She spreads out her little paws so her mittens actually turn into fingers and she counts them. It was 5 years, yes?
5 years ago. Nice. And detect magic is you can sense the presence of magic within 30 feet of you. So
Okay.
Phoebe picks up
Yeah.
stuff, but also looks at Pepper.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So, you are definitely getting a very small, very faint kind of ping from Pepper. It is almost entirely evocation. Like you do get tiny little hints of. Hold on, let me look at her other spells. There's a smidgen, an absolute smidgen of transmutation, but mostly it's evocation. And like, but this is such a tiny amount of magic. Like, you cast the spell on toons before, and they do inherently have a little bit of magic because they are. That's just how they are. But the amount more than that Pepper's got is such a tiny fraction. Like, even though she's literally just cast a spell in front of you, you wouldn't necessarily call her a spellcaster. Not in the slightest.
When you fought those wolves, you swung pickaxes, did you not? But was there not a moment? Actually, question, because I can't remember. Either player can't remember. Was Phoebe awake for when Pepper used? So Phoebe fell unconscious during a battle. Was Phoebe awake for the shocking grasp attack?
I don't remember.
Because there was a moment where Pepper sparked, but I don't actually remember if Phoebe saw that.
I don't recall, but I'm happy to say that maybe Tessuris said something about it afterwards.
Cool.
Filling Phoebe in for the things that she missed.
Yeah.
I'm rolling a hammer space. That's a 3. Perfect. Pepper is going to reach into the pockets of her shorts and pull out the 2 war picks and go, oh yes, these war picks. Present from my brother Matthew, yes? Very, very good. They are excellent for fighting beasties. And you flip them around for their blunt bit, then you can beat people up who you do not want to exactly perforate, yes?
Yes. Phoebe's going to look at these daggers and look for magic just in case.
Nope, completely mundane.
Okay. Cool. Where is... You have a... And there's a little sigh and like, you have a sibling.
Oh yes, two actually. One of them goes on adventures like me, yes? Fight for glory and great stories, yes. The other, not so much.
Phoebe nods.
Well, we always come back with excellent stories, yes? I am very proud of Matthew, yes? He has bite out of ear, proof of fighting bear. Very impressive, yes?
There's a smile on Phoebe's face. Yeah. as she listens to Pepper.
He likes swords. I have swords. Swords are fine. But war picks, yes. These are excellent. And she kind of holds them two together and then rubs her cheek on the handle.
Oh. They have.
What about new friend Fivi? Liking very good stick weapon, yes?
And she runs a hand up it. Yes, it is from my home. Somewhere across the ocean, in Faruma. There was a forest beside my little town, and the wood came from one of the trees there. Yes.
Ah. Sentimental from home, yes? It is very, very nice. Is not gone on over ocean, cannot swim, and also boats. But I have heard lots of stories from lots of people from over the big ocean. Yes.
Yes. I uh this is it's sorry, I'm not sure what she wants to say here. I think she just kind of holds the stick a bit more, just kind of close towards where the end, where the magic comes out, which is the pointy part that looks like a funny little crooked hand, and I think as she just kind of sits there slightly in the distance because she's just might be a bit lost. I think Pepper can see like there's a tiny little green snake that pokes out from underneath her hood. It's just a bit bigger than like a finger, but it's just poking. It's just sort of looking. It's just kind of looking at the staff.
Okie dokie. I'm going to roll her a whiz save for impulse control. Please stay in my dice tower. Excellent. Cool. God. All right. Would you like to roll another dex save?
Yes. Should I roll it at disadvantage because they're so close?
Sure, if you like.
Hang on. It's a dex, right? Yeah.
Yep.
It's actually still a +3. Oof. Okay. All right. Well, I gave myself disadvantage. That's a 6 on dex.
Okay. Okay. You only had to beat an 11, but okay. So there is a moment Fifi's looking off into the distance, thinking about home, and Pepper has spotted this and gone, "Beastie!" and pounces.
Okay.
So probably just pushes Phoebe straight over. Oh my god, I'm sorry, she's so dumb.
Phoebe would like to push Pepper off.
That's fine.
If she's aimed for like the top of the hood or something like that.
Pepper does weigh more than you would expect for someone her size, but is completely movable. So you're able to just sort of push her off, and she just sort of jumps back up onto her feet and goes, "Beastie, where did it go? Where did it go?" And she's sort of looking around, and I'm just gonna roll her strength. What's your strength? +4. Okay, that makes it an 18 strength. She's just going to pick Fifi up from where she is on the ground, looking under her, and then put her back down. Sneaky beastie.
Phoebe has clutched onto the hood as Pepper has lifted her up, like keeping it down tight.
I think Pepper will she'll stop looking around for a second and then fold her arms, go, sneaky beasties. Must be careful if there are beasties sneaking around. Not sure what kind. Not sure what it intends. Prey or predator. Must be careful and aware, yes?
Yes. I don't. Phoebe has not released her hood.
Pep. Oh. Oh dear. Oh dear. She is not very smart. I'm sorry. Yeah, she's going to be looking around like, gosh, you're just lucky that she didn't attack with the war pigs. My gosh. She will sort of pick up her war picks. I'm gonna say she dropped them. She picks up her war picks and gives them a little bit of a twirl in her hands, and then is holding them and is looking around and she's listening. I'm gonna roll her a perception.
Can she put her ear up to the tree or something like that behind Phoebe in case the beastie crept into that?
Oh yeah, she'll sort of be listening to the tree and the everything all around. That is a, what's your perception? That is a 21. She's listening and she gives a sniff, and like I assume that because they are attached to her, they have the same smell generally as the rest of her. So she probably can't smell any additional beasties, but she's sort of listening, trying to figure out if there was a beastie around. What does she hear anything distinct with a 21?
Aside from with the 21, I would say you might not detect the strange creature you saw, but you do see Phoebe has curled up a bit, and is you might hear they're slightly panicked. They're breathing a lot faster. They seem they're just kind of keeping away as much as they, well, not as much as they can, but they're just
Yeah, okay.
yeah.
What
Can't
she's
see
going to
them yet.
do. Sure. What she's going to do is she's going to stick her war picks back in her pockets, and she will then go over to Phoebe and give just a nice little pat on the knee and go, "It's all right. If beasties show themselves again, if they are frightening you, friend Phoebe, I will protect. Yes."
There is there's a sigh from Phoebe and a tiny smile on her face. And she you yes, you will do a good job.
She puts her hands on her hips and she still puffs out her chest. She's very proud of doing good jobs, things like that.
And I think you are You are interesting, Pepper. And she kind of just uncurls a bit. Yeah.
This is not a word I have heard used for myself very often, yes? I have heard strong and brash and incongruent. I am unsure what this word means, yes? But I am choosing to believe it is a good thing, yes?
Yeah, I would. Perhaps. Perhaps. But if it is a word and you are willing to have it for yourself, then it is a word for you.
I like this way of thinking, yes?
And there's a small smile on Phoebe's face.
I am glad. I am glad having come talk to you today, yes? Are you going to stay on farm for a while, yes? Stay with me and friend Tess and friend Carmenia, yes?
Yes. Uh. Sorry. Yes. Um. It is. It is a nice place. Um. It has been some time since I've had a, a warm roof over my head for a long time. Um, and she pats the bag, I think, beside her and goes, I would. There is a mystery uh, around, perhaps. And
Do you want to roll a quick insight on Pepper?
15?
15, okay. She's not trying to hide this, so I'm not going to contest, but she's also, like, probably doesn't even realize that you can, tell. She has this moment, this very small flash on her face of understanding and, like, I think it's sympathy is the correct one, where she understands because she's been there. Before she looks around at the area that they're sitting in, like it's gone as quickly as it came. Oh yes, there are many mysteries on farm, yes? There is tunnel full of spiders. There is the lady in the fireplace, and we also did not get all of the wolves. There is still one lurking. And we must protect it, yes? It is going to be very, very good. Protect the farm, protect the fireflies. Oh, I have not dropped in on Feisty today. I must continue his training, yes?
There's a little tilt to the head. But yes, it would. I wish you luck in your.
Have you met all the fireflies? They are most excellent. Feisty is my favorite. They always try to attack, but they are not very good. They are very small.
Phoebe tilts her head. I have not had such a pleasure.
I will show you, yes? They are excellent. And she's gonna start tugging on Phoebe's arm.
Yep. Okay. Phoebe's going to relent and go with Pepper.
And yeah, they can continue chatting as they're walking through the farm up towards where the fireflies are housed. Pepper is she swings her arms quite enthusiastically as she walks. She's a rubber hose, so she doesn't generally look like she has bones as she walks. But she keeps going, I have had lots of experiences with these fireflies, yes? They are very friendly, warm when in a nice big pile. It's very good for when the snow starts to fall, yes? And blankets, they like blankets. It is very comfortable, yes?
The warmth is good. How long have you been on the farm?
She does that thing where she lifts up a finger and opens her mouth, and I'm going to roll another history. Oh, okay. Apparently, her brain is good for memories today. Well, alright. Because that's a... What's your history again? A -2, so that makes it a 16. Whoopsie, not a 156. Fat fingers. A 16 for history. I think it's been about a year. I think. She does think about it for a minute and goes, it has been one winter. Yes. Oh, it is nearly time for winter again. It has been that long. I am not very good at keeping track of time. And she kind of goes quiet and very thoughtful. And she's frowning.
What is it?
If it has been a whole year, it has been... I am overdue for returning.
Returning to home?
Yes. It has been a long time for taking all of my stories of glory and adventure. I have not missed one before. And she just sort of goes quiet again, like, oh. She has this distinct, like, I'm going to go with that 15 you got before, this distinct vibe of, oh. Oh, did I done fuck up? Oh.
Phoebe will look, Perhaps if you cannot be there in person or in cat, perhaps you could send a great message bottle with it. You can distinctively hear with there's a big old question mark sitting in her voice because she's trying to figure out how toons send messages sometimes.
Alright, time for an intelligence roll. Yeah, that's what I thought. What's your int? It's negative something, -2. That's a whole ass 4. She used all of her brain cells trying to remember time. Yeah, she has no idea what you're talking about. None whatsoever.
That's okay. Because Phoebe's if you cannot be there in cat to speak your stories, could you not send a letter?
There is a pause. And then she brightens. I go, ha! Friend Fivi, very smart, yes? Write down all of my adventures, yes. Then I could send it, and they could read it, and they could tell each other the stories. Yes! Ah, friend Fivi, very, very clever, yes? I will need to find something to write with, yes? They will have things like that at the tavern in town. I will have to go and bother them again, yes? They always like it when I come to visit, yes?
You certainly make an impression.
She just gives this proud little look. It does not occur to her that this could be taken as an insult. Good or bad, she certainly does leave a mark. She's just proud of herself. And so happy that Fifi has given her a good idea for how to send her stories. Oh, God. I'm surprised she knows how to write. Huh. Maybe her spelling is bad. I'm not sure. We'll have to roll for that later. Oh dear. But I think now that you've given her that idea, she's going to be brimming back with enthusiasm as before, or if not even more enthusiasm. And she's going to pick up the pace heading towards the Firefly pen. And she just sort of mindlessly chattering about the different things that she has to write in the letter. And she does mention spiders and geese and a bear and giant rats and bandits and all sorts of things.
Phoebe will you said it was a pen, so I'm sure Phoebe's going to just kind of lean up against one of the posts or something that's there. I'm not sure what we're looking at here, but
Walls, if I remember correctly.
okay. Then she's leaning up against a wall, and just listening happily to Pepper.
I'm gonna roll her in acrobatics to see whether or not her short little legs can get her to the top of the wall, or whether or not she has a bad ankle day, like my cat does every day. Oh no, it's a bad ankle day. Okay. Bum bum. Okay. She is probably just not paying enough attention. Like, have you seen that gif of that extra tiny little kitten who goes to try and jump onto the kitchen bench, but just does this tiny little bounce and is nowhere near the top of the bench?
I think so, yes.
It's kind of like that. Like, she is going to jump to get to the top of this wall, which on a normal day she would have no problem with, but because she's so distracted talking about all the things she has to put into this letter, I'm actually going to do her a dex save, because this is funny to me, and she's a rubber hose. I'm going to do it at disadvantage because you're distracted. Yeah, there we go. The dice know. Like, dex save is a +1. Okay, so that makes it a 3. So not only does she not get even remotely high enough, she's also too close. And so she pancakes into the wall for a second before springing back and landing on her back. And she just sort of stops talking and is just blinking at the sky for a second.
How high is the wall?
Oh, it's a good 6-foot wall, if I remember right.
So it reaches Phoebe's head, okay.
Yeah.
Pepper, are you alright?
She'll sort of sit up and give her front a little bit of a brush off with her paws. I am not hurt. I am still tasting that magic that you used on me before. But I am uninjured more than our little sparring match did take damage. Yes, I'm fine. I can normally jump that wall.
Perhaps try again?
She's gonna back up, give her butt a little bit of a wiggle. Stay in the thing. Oh dear. She used all of her good rolls onto using her brain. Oh no.
What did she get? Oh no, that's an A.
I think she'll do better than before. But she sort of doesn't quite get up, and she scrabbles a little bit, like she has a very enthusiastic motion blur on hands and feet, and then just falls back and lands on her bottom, and then she just sort of looks up at the wall and goes, I think today I will use the gate, yes?
That sounds like a good idea. Or we could sit, like, are we looking at a wall into a playpen, or are we in the pen?
Still on the outside.
Okay,
Outside. Yeah. And she'll stand up, dust herself off, and then it's probably a little bit sheepishly, like, normally she's a bit more on the ball than that, but she's a little bit embarrassed. It's like, oh dear. She wanders over to the gate and she'll open it and hold it open for Phoebe.
Phoebe will give a little nod and step through.
Pepper will follow, shut the gate carefully, and the fireflies are, I'm trying to picture how big they are. They're not super huge, but they're not super small. I'm picturing like the size of a loaf of bread. Is that about right, Sorte? That's fine. Yeah, I think they're loaf of bread sized, like small chihuahua sized. What? You zoned out. How big are the fireflies?
Uh,
Hug them. Okay.
a loaf of bread sounds roughly the right size then.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So maybe not a loaf. Yeah, loaf of bread. Okay, there we go. Yes, loaf of bread sized, which is a big firefly. But yeah, there's 21 of them in this pen, all doing assorted things, and she strolls in. Some of them come up to say hello, and they buzz and flicker their bums at her. And there's one particular one who tries to pounce on her, and she'll turn around and pick it up, and she goes, this one is feisty, yes." And it's sort of kicking its little feet and making indignant firefly noises.
Vivi bends down to inspect the firefly. Um, just fun thing, I think. How long does detect magic last? Does it last an hour?
Uh,
Um, oh, sorry, no. It's concentration up to 10 minutes. I think 10 minutes has passed. Never mind.
Oh, yeah.
Cool is down. I think Phoebe views this firefly with this bigger bug with a tilt to her head. They are bigger than what I am used to.
oh yes, this is just how the farm works. Yes, we have these. We have the ones that live in the barn, the beetles, and it is interesting. But these are my favorites. Yes, and
So this is feisty. You said? Did you
yes,
say?
this one is feisty. Always tries to get drop on me. Still practicing, and she gives Feisty a little pap, and then puts it down, and it sort of goes off and sulks.
I think Phoebe's given a tiny little bow nod to the little creature called Feisty as it wanders off.
And unless you've got something else to do, I think a really fun place to sort of leave the two of them is Pepper going and introducing Fifi to all of the fireflies by name.
Yes, that's excellent.
Oh dear, love that.
Phoebe's journaling. Phoebe's pulled out her book and she is writing down the names that Pepper says.
Awesome. She struggles to pronounce most of them because because she is not particularly good at at the kind of pronunciation that Carmina uses.
But she gives it her best shot.
She gives it a red hot go. And like she probably gets better at it over time as well, but it's not as though she is a native speaker of Spanish or anything. But it's an approximation thereof, and the fireflies still respond to what she calls them. So. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so I think that's a really nice place to leave them. Just sort of zoom out when Pepper is introducing Fifi to every single one of the fireflies.
It is. Yay!
Yay! That was so fun. I'm so sorry. She's such a dummy.
It's fine. Thank you for joining us today. I'm going to end the recording in now.